primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Welcome everyone to Topical Drinks. We don't have a guest this week. We have our fill-in guest, Nick Goroff, who I believe went to go get a drink.
He is
and
missing.
He is missing. As you can see, Jorge and I are here. We are also waiting on Gabe, but we wanted to start on time. So thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
You got a voice for radio. I just noticed that, and you guys actually, hey, we got a special guest. Actually, my special guests are my two cats. Finally joining us. Look at them. There they are. Look at those cats. Look at them adorable cats. Yeah. So, man, you got a voice for radio. I should definitely have you start most of the time.
I can do that. It's fine.
I feel like I sound annoying and whiny or something like that. I don't know. Or loud. But you, on the other hand, you definitely have a voice for radio. But anyway, yeah, guys, welcome back. There's our fill-in, Nick. You guys might remember him as the voice actor that lives in a van.
Bus. Nope, not a van.
Oh, not a van.
More of a bus, right?
A bus.
Yeah.
A bus. How could I forget? I am sorry.
So speaking of, my cousin lived on a bus with her kids and did that for like several years and actually...
Whoa.
I think sold it for like $1 million because they like completely did it up, and she like TikToked everything or Instagrammed everything, and she was pretty much became a millionaire from it.
Gotcha. I'm actually hearing I'm hearing an echo actually right now coming from. Wait, who's it coming from? Actually, it might be coming from.
Oh, I have my TikTok open. Let me.
There it is.
Silence that. My bad.
All right. Cool.
All right, we're good.
All right, we good. All right, some technical difficulties.
I forgot we're also joined by Douchebag.
Yes. Yadu, Gen Z is having issues, and he's doing Gen Z stuff, so he's not joining us, but...
he's trying to make his life better by doing things that he needs to do.
Is he? I don't know. Originally, I thought that was the case, but I was told a different story, I will say. Anyway. So, yeah, guys, you know what? Let's start off. Gabe will be here a little late. He told me, but he will be here, guys. Don't worry. We'll have a resident contrarian. But let's start off with the usual. Actually, JP,
drinks.
Go ahead. What are you drinking?
My drink is nothing special. Just some stuff my wife bought at Costco because we had an Easter party. Bought 2 cases of beer and had some leftover of Bell's Big Hearted IPA. So, drinking those right now.
All right. Nick, what you drinking?
Oh, I'm fucking rednecking it up. I got myself some Champagne beers.
Champagne beers.
Oh, right. High life.
Nice and cheap, and I got another like cheap bottle of like get whiskey.
All right, nice. Fair. Hold on, can you turn up your mic? Your mic is still pretty low, or maybe it's just me. Hold on. Try talking again.
I think it's a bit on the low end.
Okay, I'm not the only one. Talk again, Nick.
Wait a second. I know how I fucked this up. Wait a second.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I still have you a little low in the things.
Yeah.
All right, while he's figuring that out, I am drinking Revolution and Beers Rev Pills, the Chicago Pilsner.
No, I'm on the right mic. So.
All right, it's fine now. I'm looking at the levels now. I don't know why it was. You were like yellow. You didn't reach red. But anyway, guys, cheers.
Cheers.
There we go.
Cheers it is.
As you guys might be noticing, JP is busy while we're just doing this. He is playing Oblivion. They shadow dropped Oblivion. Trying to. You much of a gamer, Nick? We forget.
Well, I mean, when I can be, I've got gaming, like the whole gaming PC I built years back, and I haven't set it up yet. But it's been a while since I played anything.
Gotcha.
I'm really wanting to get back into Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed that game a lot, and even when it was like buggy as hell, I was like, oh look, there's literally no one else in the entire world right now. Oh, there they are. Never mind. They all dropped out of the sky. That was cool. Yeah, it was so fun.
I think the bugs and all was what made it charming. I played it when it first came out on my PC, and I actually did not have as many bugs as a lot of people did, but when I did have those bugs, they were definitely very magical. They would just drop in explosions, and then my car would like just go outside of the world, which was fun too. So yeah. Right.
COVID was a good time to get caught up on video games. Like that was my prime Elden Ring time.
I got what was I'm always forgetting the name, but it was Bethesda's like space game release.
Starfield.
Oh, Starfield. I play that. I'm addicted to that one.
Yeah, I really liked that. Even when it was like buggy as hell, even too. It was like, yeah, well, it's Bethesda. What do you expect? It's not going to work for 20.
Ironically, right now,
I'm another Starfield fan.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
That's a problem.
Not alone.
I'm not a big fan of that either. But ironically, this new Oblivion that came out, the remaster, I'm not hearing many bugs, but I myself ran into one, which was a very interesting bug. There's one mission that you're helping these two brothers kind of save their farm from a goblin attack. And 100% I know this was a bug that the goblins kept multiplying erroneously. So literally 30 goblins attacked me. And I'm pretty sure that was not intended because when I got killed, well, first off, I killed maybe 10 or whatnot. And then the game thinks that the mission is over, that you were victorious. And yet you got still all these goblins still coming in and attacking me. And then the brothers died too. So I get killed because obviously this is definitely a bug. Restart the game, and this time the correct number of goblin hordes come in rather than 30. So that was a very interesting bug that I had. I wish I was streaming it. I was just playing it on my Xbox, but I did not record that. I wish I did. But so far, I have not heard any extensive problems. So if this continues, then I mean this team, this third party company that Bethesda is using for the remaster, they might have done the impossible and actually like fix Bethesda's mess, which to me it's pretty crazy.
I was gonna make a bit of a joke though, just about like, yeah, you download and install a new Bethesda game and it works correctly, and like, who actually made this?
Well, you know who it is. It's Virtuous. Here, let me bring this up. Single guess. There we go. Virtuous. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, they are founded in Shanghai and headquarters in Singapore. So these guys are in Singapore right now. And they were the guys that essentially were co-developing the remaster. And
now,
so far, pretty good. Go ahead.
Did they do a VR port? Because I saw there was like an Instagrammer I follow who, like she was playing the remastered Oblivion in VR, screaming like, "I've been waiting 20 years for this."
I don't think there was ever a remaster of. I mean, I know Skyrim had a VR. I don't think there was an official Oblivion VR. I could be wrong though. Let's take a look.
I remember playing Skyrim VR a little bit, and it was cool, but it's completely like nerfed. Like the whole game got nerfed just by virtue of your mobility. Because like all the attacking characters, they've got their straight ahead attacks, and like they're like and you just literally have, if you're in VR, you just poke in the face and then they're dead. Like level 1 with an iron dagger, and I'm beating them fully armored dudes.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. No, I hear you. I think my biggest issue with the Skyrim VR is that one definitely gave me motion sickness. like I have a VR set and everything, and I think I have like VR sea legs when I used to play a lot of VR, but for some reason the Skyrim one still had a bit of a latency issue. And I don't know so much if it was the game itself or whatnot, but that made it incredibly hard to play for me, unfortunately. What I did like though is a lot of the mods that I don't know if like you played Skyrim, you don't touch it for years, And then years later, you turn it on, and then you find out how much of a fucking pervert you are because of all the mods that you completely forgot that you installed. And they stuck around in VR for sure. So those are my two experiences with Skyrim VR. Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, there's a YouTuber I absolutely love his channel. It's one of those like, oh, new video. Put everything on hold. I'm watching this. He goes by I Am Krusty, and it's all VR gaming, but he's kind of just this insane and hilarious British guy. So he's got this running Skyrim series where he's got multiple personalities, and they're just constantly at war with each other. He's got like the little the boy you can adopt that follows him around.
Oh.
Boy, what are you doing? Picks him up by the head and just hucks him off a mountain. He's got the And but after playing Skyrim on the VR, like, I mean, one thing I remember it just being, I was struck by just because it's a gorgeous game even today, and when you're just fully there, like, what the fuck? Whoa, that's a big mountain. And it was kind of immersive like that, but the gameplay just wasn't right for it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I think I agree with you with everything that you just said. Hey, Gabe's here. Let me go ahead and add him.
Nice.
Oh, it kind of reminds me though, funny thing. Somebody actually, they didn't officially put one out, but somebody did a VR mod for GTA 5 and immediately regretted it. Just because, like, imagine you're playing, like, you're playing in VR, and then all of a sudden you're driving, and then your car does one of those like 100 times spin rolls, and you're just sitting in your chair, like, oh god, oh, make it stop.
No, yes. I mean, so if you don't, so folks, if you want VR, definitely you want to do one of those like standing VR things first before you get into any of the Skyrims or anything that's free motion, because that shit will get you sick incredibly quickly. But real quick though, to the point, Nick, there is Oblivion Remastered in VR actually is a thing very quickly.
Okay.
And
Cool.
it's mostly because Oblivion is the remaster is on Unreal Engine 5, and Unreal Engine does have a very good integration to VR. So yeah, like if you guys check out this video right here, here's somebody actually playing it in fucking VR, which now I'm like interested. I actually am very interested to try this out, but holy shit, look at it go. If you guys are seeing my screen right now. Yeah.
I'm excited to get into this.
Yes.
One of my favorite VR experiences, just in terms of game ports, is like I was playing No Man's Sky. I was addicted to it. I loved it, right? And then when I discovered that they have a VR port, and I got my Rift, man, I'd get like a little stoned and just like put like my ship into like a low orbit kind of deal, and just like sit down on my desk chair, just nice and high VR set, and just looking around like, oh my god, it's really space. But it's weird, like the scale and proportion you get with those things, because I played it on PC for years, and you go into your hangar, you look at your big ship. Hey, it's a big ship on screen. Then you get in VR and you're like, this is like 6 school buses stacked on top of each other. Oh god.
Dude, yeah, no.
Still have yet to do VR, and I feel like a bad gamer.
Yeah, I think everybody has to do VR eventually. Anyway, guys, even looking at this right now, I'm like, this looks amazing, but yeah, you can very quickly get some like sickness right here just watching this play out. By the way, Oblivion totally reminded me that this game was actually incredibly notorious. One of those very notorious games that had the artificial difficulty. So if you try to play in like a much... No, artificial difficulty, as in bad difficulty, as in when you play the highest levels, the highest difficulty, it's not really that it's difficult. It's more that the enemies are like 100 times more damage sponged, and all your attacks are like wet noodles, essentially. It is very artificial. It's not fun. That's the one game, like I play games a lot on hardest difficulty. All the games I play usually, or I try to play in hardest difficulty, but this is the one game that I'm like, I think it's a lot more fun just doing it in normal mode. So just giving you guys all that heads up. when you guys start this up. Gabe, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah,
I'm sure mods are going to open up on this pretty quickly too. So
Yeah. Gabe, you know
that's
what's
how
fun?
Bethesda's trying to make a lot of their money.
You know what? Real quick, this is the first time Gabe today is when I told him, when I met up with Gabe and said that Oblivion came out yesterday. And I'm like, you're a fake gamer. What's up? How do you not know that?
I actually never played Oblivion. It was a little bit
Me neither.
not before my time because I played a shit ton of games before that, obviously, but I was definitely more hooked on Skyrim more than anything.
Oh yeah.
And that took years of my life.
Oh my gosh.
I also purchased it on multiple consoles too. I'm one of those idiots. You're like, who keeps buying this shit? Me. I keep buying this shit.
I was in school when Skyrim came out, and I barely did all my schoolwork. I just, just got by. Because I'm like, I'm going to play Skyrim instead.
Oh,
all right. So I wanted to. You guys probably already ran around the horn, right? With the whole drinks.
Yep.
What you're drinking
of
today?
course.
Of course. I'm late. All right. Let's be happy we're here. Saw big smiles on you. And I am drinking a gift. Oh, JP just vanished.
Yeah, JP.
Fucking
vanished.
Thanos!
Oh, not
You did
again.
it again, Thanos.
Oh, no.
I know. Oh, he's back.
No. Oh, I have a
There you go,
bad
he's back
internet.
Didn't take 5 years this time.
Yeah.
So anyway, the bottle that my buddy and pal over there, Jorge, got this for me for my birthday. It came really nicely wrapped, and the marketing and the label was also on the wrapping as well. Called Rhythm. It's a cab, Napa Valley.
Yep.
I'm not a huge cab guy, but you know what? Napa Valley cab has a special place in most sommeliers' hearts, so I must give this a try. I gotta.
Oh man,
see what's cracking
you should
there.
have told me. I bought that for your birthday. I should have told.
Yeah.
You should have told me you didn't like cabs. Now I feel bad. Oh.
No, it's not that I don't like cabs. I probably just haven't had my palate to touch a cab of this unique level, of this elevation. So I'm excited for it. Excited for it.
Watch him drink it and
I know
spit it out.
No, because honestly,
Man.
like this, Stag's Leap District, like this is a very known vineyard.
And very
What's going on,
expensive
so-
too, by the way. Happy 30th.
Thank you. Cheers to you. Cheers.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
I wish I could drink a bottle of red still, but I drink two
Okay.
glasses and I get a hangover. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I learned my lesson from last week. I drank far too much of that whiskey. I think I drank 3/4 a bottle of that McClellan that last week.
So you were probably blacked out drunk during the podcast.
Yeah, I actually rewatched some of it. I was like, I think it was excessive enough that I had to delete the video because like that could flag.
Oh,
the
no.
channel. Like that amount of drinking can flag a channel for sure. So
You got to keep in mind though what the great Mitch Hedberg said. He's like, I really like red wine, but some people are like, doesn't it give you a headache? But I'm just like, yeah, but I'm not like, I like apples, but fuck apples, because soon it's gonna be a core.
Oh man.
Change. I think people will be quoting random Mitch Hedbergisms until like the sun swallows the earth. Man, I hate when
Nice.
people give me a present of a gift card. You're not trying to give me a present. You're just trying to dictate how I shop.
That sounds like my mom.
Unless
actually.
it's like an Amazon gift card, yeah. Which we've been doing pretty good at boycotting it, so.
Oh yeah, I have not.
Oh yeah.
I've done the
What,
opposite.
wait, boycotting what?
No Amazon.
Amazon.
If you want to be
Really?
Yeah, he's
really
not.
want to
Yeah.
be good at boycotting shit, I do.
Well, we lost you. We're losing you. Hold on.
No. Oh no. Good joke.
Oh no. Oh no. Bezos heard. Bezos heard and cut off your mic. Shit.
Powerful.
Yep.
Wouldn't surprise me.
All right. Well, we talked a little bit about Oblivion. That's what JP's currently playing. I'll probably definitely jump on that as soon as we're done here.
So tell me someone like who hasn't played Oblivion and someone who loved Skyrim. What are some obviously they're the same developers, same game makers. What are some very close similarities, and what are the major contrasts? What makes it its own thing and
So
worth playing?
I guess I'm the one that can answer that because I played both.
Yeah.
I have a personally I have more nostalgia and more stories and more fun in Oblivion than I did with Skyrim. And I think it's mostly because I'm just
I've heard
prefacing
that.
this.
So.
I'm just giving context here of like why I love Oblivion more than Skyrim. Not because it's better, just because that was the first game of the Elder Scrolls that I played. And so it was new to me, and I was very like, oh my God, look at all this new stuff, right? Or like just random stuff you can go to, right? So, and this was, I bought it actually when it first came out for the Xbox 360. So I actually have it 360. I might actually still
Wow.
You see, that's weird to
Oh,
me
no.
because I go back all the way to Daggerfall. Any of you guys know that game?
Yes, I do
Oh,
know
yeah.
that game. Yes, I played a little bit of that, like after
Agrofall.
Daggerfall.
I think I
was
played a little bit of Morrowind, but not.
That was the shit in the '90s, and I still remember because like it was, sprites, like all the characters are sprites, and like the guards, they all said they had this one line, "Halt, halt," and I was just constantly doing crime, and so like my parents would get like they actually bought headphones when I was playing on the computer just because they're like, if I hear "halt" one more time, I'm gonna kill someone. I'm like, yeah,
That's great.
yeah, I know the feeling. They keep screaming at me. And
I was actually trying to look for the console, the thing. I don't actually see it. Okay,
That's what
anyway,
I tell the parents. It's either a life of crime in Daggerfell or a life of crime in the real world.
yeah,
Oh,
pick your
God.
choice. Except if they hear that one more time, they want the real world after that. Okay, sorry. So I digress. So the similarities obviously is the whole like first person to third person like massive world, like things happen not procedurally generated. Well, I would say like where the enemies are and they go there is procedurally generated or whatnot, right? Those are the similarities. A lot of the Skyrim play style is directly from Morrowind and Oblivion afterwards. So that's one. Now the biggest differences though is that and actually let's also talk about the remaster after this is the leveling system. So the leveling at Oblivion was kind of messed up originally. You could actually get to a point that you're leveling the way that you want to level, and then you end up just being underpowered throughout the whole game because enemies scale by the level that you're in, which is the same in Skyrim in terms of scaling. But the leveling of Skyrim was a lot more robust, and they did fix that kind of issue. So they didn't make it like you had to be in a meta for Oblivion eventually, or you're just going to be like, or how you want to play. They did make it like, okay, there's obviously more, things to level. Like there's swords, but there's also two-handed and one-handed and shields and how you do athleticism. Like in Oblivion, if you keep jumping, you get the athleticism thing level. And I think it was the same with Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they did a better job in the leveling. I think that's the number one complaint that a lot of people had in Oblivion, that I think they did a better job with Skyrim. And then of course, obviously everything else, the story, the where the location is, that's totally different and everything. But the gameplay is the same. Now, the remaster, it seems like they actually fixed the leveling. They actually did like, I would say like best of both worlds, from the good stuff that people liked about Oblivion's leveling system and to what Skyrim did in terms of fixing the issues that Oblivion had in the first place, which was that whole kind of under leveling thing. So they it wasn't just like an upscale 4K of Oblivion. Like they actually legitimately did a lot of things that they just, I guess, didn't really have to be honest, because I think like a 4K Oblivion would have already sold too, so I props to them. And like I said, like I played literally for hours yesterday till late night, and I only encountered one big bug that I already mentioned before about the goblins thing, which I know that when I previously played Oblivion and even Skyrim, I would have already been in like 5 to 10 bugs already, you know? So,
I really hope they didn't. I just hope. I'm sure they did, but I hope they didn't patch my favorite glitch in Oblivion, which was the duplication. I don't know if you ever found that where like, yeah, you draw an arrow, and then you go in your inventory and you drop an item, and any item you dropped, it would multiply by how many arrows you had on your person. And so I remember like I forget the name of the city, but I had one of those nice big houses, and I just I just started because I remember too all of the gemstones, like the diamonds and the sapphires and any gemstones you found, they
Mhm.
glowed. So like I just littered the entire floor of this house with with all these various gemstones just to make it look nice. And I remember when I finally finished it, I could feel like the game was about to crash. It's like this isn't helping. You're not helping. Please stop. You need to load NPCs. Not you want more diamonds. Okay. Here's more diamonds. It's just like I just when you find those exploits though, one of the things that like it makes it's weird. I always kind of I think of it a lot like winning the lottery would be
Mhm.
is that you have a whole bunch of fun because it's like haha limitless resources. I can do whatever I want,
Right.
and then eventually like
Nice.
like well there's no game left here. It's just me. It's literally just a sandbox.
Right.
And, it's just like I mean I remember like GTA cheats like GTA 3. I remember like when I found the cheat codes to that, and it made the game super fun for like a month, and then it was just not fun anymore.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got a friend that actually kind of likes that whole like overpoweredness thing, but like I agree with you. Like once you exploit the game or like once you remove the difficulty of the game and just make it trivial,
It makes it
just
less
becomes
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
it becomes trivial essentially. And
Yeah, like in
to your
Starfield, I jacked up all the difficulties because, for one, you get better experience, like more experience points quicker, and it's just games are better when you're like playing in survival mode, where like each battle you go into, you have to think about okay, which weapon, which armor do I want, and how do I want to approach it, you know?
so real quick,
Interesting.
I was gonna say the duplication glitch was removed in the remaster. Like it's on my screen right now. Someone did confirm that it's no longer there. So
Yeah, I remember they had one in No Man's Sky that I really loved until they patched that, and it was like a similar thing. You go to like a refiner, you put two objects in, and then remove one, and it would just multiply it and multiply it and multiply it back in your inventory. And but an interesting kind of pivot that because I remember I actually did a video essay on YouTube years ago about this.
mm,
I bought a Powerball ticket when it was like at $1 billion. Yeah, and when you buy a lottery ticket, yeah, well when you buy a lottery ticket, you're paying for the daydream. So you're not actually like if you expect to win, you're fucking stupid. But
Yeah.
tell that to
well,
everybody of my coworkers that do that.
yeah. Well, then I got to thinking more about it, and then I started thinking about like, hey, wait a second, it's a lot like playing a video game with cheats on. And then I started thinking to myself, maybe this is why billionaires are fucking sociopaths. Like they're completely because it's like they've completed 100% in the game, right? And at this point, like the only thing they can do is use cheats just to try and squeeze some more entertainment out of it. The only thing
Uh-oh.
is like you can't. Well, I mean, you can turn life off.
Right.
Not recommended, but it's the thing you can do. And I kind of wish sometimes Elon would do that. But it's one of these like I was like maybe that's what it is. It's like they just they there's no game left for them to play. There's no purpose in waking up. It's like oh, what am I going to do today? Oh, the same shit I do every day. Fuck.
Real quick, I don't know why. Every time you start talking about like either Amazon or billionaires, you cut off a little bit. Just letting you know, someone's listening. Yeah, watch
The world is starting to get a little crazier.
Yeah, watch the feds break into your
My
bus.
wife was freaking out.
Oh, he's
today
pulling
about
out the gun. No, don't pull out the
RFK
gun.
news.
Don't pull out the gun. Okay, I was gonna say.
About
Oh, there we go.
RFK trying to track all the people with autism.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about that? I mean, we can go into that topic if we want to get into politics. But are we done with Oblivion? Actually, just anything, Gabe? You got anything?
Yeah.
I'm I'm just wondering like why they haven't successfully did multiplayer. I know Elder Scrolls Online was attempted and
Yeah, I didn't like it. I tried it. It didn't.
Was
catch
it
my
just because it
attention
was
very
just
much.
like way too glitchy, or
One yes, because Bethesda, and secondly, what I heard was that there is a mod for Skyrim that can do multiplayer, but I
or like
think
legit one,
Oh wow!
like a really well developed one?
that is not can't say yes or no on that one on that
You haven't
question.
used it.
No, I never used it, but I also I don't know because these Oblivion, Skyrim, they're kind of meant to be single player, to be honest. Like
Also,
Yeah.
can you hear me all right, by the way?
yeah, we can hear you now. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. One thing I'll point out there too is that like multiplayer can be a lot of fun and for a lot of games, but then it almost always goes the same way where you get like what I just call them lifers, people who like they just grind, and then all they want to do is fuck your day up. And so yeah, I mean I remember GTA, great example. GTA Online was a lot of fun to play with your friends, but then you're like in the middle of a heist and some fucking dickhead Russian kid comes flying in on a super bike and like launches a fucking orbital strike against you, and or you'd get the hackers who would show up and they just dump like bags of money in. At first you're like, what's going on? And oh shit, if I don't get out of this server, Rockstar's gonna delete my account. So it's yeah. Online play. Again, bringing it back though with the No Man's Sky, that's one of the few online multiplayer games I've really found. I don't know. I think it was just the size of it, because unless you go to like a hub point where other players congregate, you're probably not going to meet anyone. I think I met like 2 players just in the wild, and each time it was like holy shit, are you real? Like, yeah, I'm real. Oh fuck, wow, hey, come check out my ship and get some resources, and like it's really lonely out here.
I do want to talk. No Man's Sky was definitely what do they call it? Like a redemption arc. It definitely had a redemption arc in it because they did promise multiplayer originally, and it didn't have multiplayer when it was released. There were so many things that were missing, and I mean,
it was
yeah,
an empty game.
It was an empty game, and it didn't like the gameplay loop was just there was nothing, right? And props to Hello Games and the person that was like the guy that was the unwitting PR guy. Like they did a great job essentially fixing the game. They didn't give up on the game despite how badly it was like done. And then a year later, they just kept updating, and now it's the game that they promised, essentially. So
I mean, it's the opposite of Star Citizen in that way.
Yes,
Star Citizen's like, hey, would you like to donate $20,000 to our Kickstarter so you can look at a ship you technically own in a game you can't play?
Yeah,
Great, come on in.
Is that game even out yet? Star Citizen?
It's out, and I've seen some gameplay that looks pretty cool, but it's still like it's kind of like EVE Online. That if you're gonna play it, it looks like it's one of those like you need to tell your family you love them, but they need to understand you're not going to be around anymore.
Oh, I was just reading an article about EVE Online about how they organized some very large battle where people had like pretty much like half their life built up in, I don't know how EVE Online is, but their armies, and they just pretty much decided to all have this all-out battle on EVE Online. Everybody just agreed just to, hey, blow everything up and see which side wins.
So
it was like one of the.
No, to what you were saying, I don't know if it's the same battle that you're talking about, or maybe if it's a recent one. Yeah. But there was one that I recall that for the amount of time and money that was spent in this battle, like I think
it's the same one. I think we're talking about the same one then, yeah.
Right, and it was like basically two businesses or a bunch of factions go after one, and this one person that owned this like the most expensive ship, and we're talking millions of dollars, like just wasted
millions
on that one
of dollars.
Battle. Millions, yeah. Let me look it up here, Cole.
Millions.
It's
whoa! Someone said Jorge looking cute.
Oh,
You got a fan, Jorge?
Oh, is that on your stream? Yeah.
Oh, low key, it is on my stream.
Yeah, not on my stream. All I got is Rue saying douchebag is harsh. It is not.
I think it is. But it's all
Well,
right. It's all right. Cheers,
it-
guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's kind of funny bringing up Eve Online though, just because actually JP asked me if I could get our mutual buddy Chris on tonight, and he's busy with some stuff. I sent him a message, but he was for like a number of years a like hardcore Eve Online player, right?
Oh,
Like,
really?
He was like, yeah, he got to be like vice admiral of this huge fucking fleet. And I was talking to him the other day. He hasn't played it in quite a while, I guess. And he's like, he like looked up some shit and he realized like he has a fully kitted out ship, a Titan, I guess it's called, and with shit that's not even available in the game anymore. It's just he had it grandfathered, but they don't offer or release it. And yeah, he's looking up. He's like, I could probably sell my account for like hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly right now, just with the shit that I got in that game before I just kind of fell out of interest. And I remember seeing another video though. I can't remember what game it was, but it was one of the first big MMOs that ever came out. And yeah, for like it was something like over Christmas, the game released these paper party hats that you could buy, different colors that you could find and collect in the game, right? And a bunch of people got a bunch, and then they're like, hey, that's just for the holidays, happy holidays. They never did it again. And there was some dude who like he had like a full collection of these things, and he was selling these paper hats in this almost dead MMO for like tens of thousands of dollars because they were just so rare. It's like, gentlemen, have you ever tried pussy?
Real quick, so I did look it up. So the largest Eve Online, okay, so it's not millions of dollars, but it is a rough estimate of $378,000 in one battle alone. For how much?
That's quite a bit short.
That's quite a bit short than millions, yes, but that's still a lot for like a freaking game for just one single battle.
Yeah.
Also note that Eve Online is basically Excel sheet the game. From what I was told, it's basically Excel, and like whenever you look up Eve Online battles on YouTube, and it looks freaking awesome and everything like that, they speed it up. So because of how many like people actually are in one spot in the server, that there is this kind of like delay.
A lag.
Yes.
Yeah.
So but it's a purposeful lag. It's a purposeful delay that you will do like an input, and it's basically queued up with all these other inputs that everybody else did. So whenever you see those big ass battles, yeah, it's basically
turn-based. Like turn-based. Yeah.
Basically, yeah, it's exactly like turn-based. Yeah,
I've been, it's not directly related, but so I'm a big Warhammer 40K nut.
Well, yeah,
I have yet.
You did a voice for one, yeah.
Yeah, I two of them actually, yeah, and I have yet to get any minis of my own. I really like that was the last free work I did because I'm like I don't do free voice work typically, but I love that channel so much. And then one night I was just kind of drunk. Yeah, I was just kind of drunk, and I'm like, hey, I remember how to find emails. I want to find this guy's email and write him a message and say, hey, I want to do this thing with your channel. And then I completely forgot, and then a couple of days later, he's like, oh, I'd love it if you voiced this character. Like, what? Who did that? What happened? That's awesome.
Nice.
But no, well, yeah, but just like learning how the tabletop. I've never really been a tabletop guy. I've never really played tabletop games, and it's just when you get into like Warhammer shit, you're going beyond just your basic battle tech shit. It's like, okay, all right, it's turn-based, but on each turn we have to look into this encyclopedia about
the lexiconum or whatever it's called. Yeah, the codex. The codex.
I gotta. All right, so hang on. I've been playing this for fucking 20 years of my life, but what happens now?
Yeah. And they even bring out the ruler because like the length between one unit to another actually matters too. And then you have like hundreds of dices that you throw. Yeah, it's I could never play the tabletop. I'll be honest, but I I would give mad respect to a lot of people that paint their units and actually build the actual battlefield. You know, like mad respect for them.
There's a lot of people who actually like they don't even really play. They just like to build and paint the models and make dioramas and stuff. And it's one of these like there's one of the channels, one of the other Warhammer channels I really like is a guy called Baltimore, and he does really great breakdowns on lore and tells these great, usually like self-written stories. But there's something he always says at the end of the videos that I really like, and to me it signifies everything about video games, tabletop, any kind of real hobby. He says, no matter what you do today, make sure to make some time for fun.
No.
And it's like, it gives me warm feelings every time I hear that. I'm like, yes, old Englishman, I should do that.
Never meet your heroes if it turns out you see his politics.
Oh, yeah.
I put plenty of energy into being miserable every day. And I'm really good at it.
You don't have to dislike people just because of their politics, okay? I'm sorry if that's a hot take in 2025.
Yeah, you can. What are you talking about?
Unless they're Nazis.
Yeah, unless they're Nazis, man.
Obviously we all dislike Nazis, but I think we might be overusing Nazis. We might be giving people titles of Nazis who don't actually deserve to be Nazis.
I'm sorry. I'm only my second beer right now to get into that.
Well, get drinking.
Yeah. By the way, my next one, Moors, guys, love it.
I like that art. The label.
Dude, this
Moors again.
Combination
Moors, like my Moors, not the other Moors. Yeah. MOOR. Yeah. Imperial Porter. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Just to preface that, like my favorite is One Mind Syndicate. Like those are my favorite YouTube for Warhammer stuff. And it's just these two Latino guys who are like the most like chillest of people, especially the buffer one.
I'm subscribed. I didn't know that they were just like two dudes. You know, it's like the level of production. 'Cause, like there's some YouTubers you'll put out videos and then you'll hear them talk about like, oh, my editors and my engineers. It's like, wait, you're working with other people, and this is what we get.
Yeah,
and then you get these other channels that are like, you know, the audio is fucking crisp, the fucking video is great, everything about it is fucking same, and it's like, oh, that's one dude.
Like the dude that does the Dark Souls stuff and Elden Ring, Vatividia. If you ever go watch that, like I think it's just one dude doing all this stuff, and the level of production is crazy, like what you're mentioning. And for the Warhammer One Mind Syndicate is just literally two Latino dudes that love Warhammer, and they're just like, yeah, they're like the chillest of dudes talking pretty good descriptions about lore.
Well, now I need to ask though, because wait, does Baltimore have some questionable politics I'm not aware of?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Is he like a Brexiter or something? It's like, hey,
if he's a Brexiter, I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah. Like, I'm just saying that, like, there were a lot of YouTubers that I used to like that also kind of, you know, fell off because of.
Dude, I saw today on the news that Tim Pool was in the fucking White House press pool.
So
I've met that guy. No, I have never met a human being who was more a personification of an awkward fart in an elevator than Tim Pool. The first time I met this kid, it was VidCon 2017. He rolls up to me. We've never met before. We've never spoken, right? Mm-hmm. But we knew who each other were.
Yeah, he's got the beanie.
Without saying, he comes up to me. I should have offered him a stepladder or something, but. He comes up to me, and he's like, and I'm like, oh, hey, Tim, nice to meet you. And without saying a word, he just pulls out this, like, Malaysian banknote and hands it to me. I just got back. It's like, am I supposed to be impressed that you got a passport? The fuck? And then we were at a party. Bunty King was a big creator at the time, and he had this Airbnb. It was a huge party, bunch of YouTubers, like Internet Comment Etiquette was there. Fucking
love that dude.
Billy dude. We're kind of buddies. He's a good dude. This was literally the day he debuted the pineapple haircut.
Oh, yes.
Oh, dude, he was so trashed. He almost robbed the Airbnb. It was hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, fucking Billy the fridge is there, and he just like fully dressed just because he thought it would be funny, and it was. He just decides to tip himself into the pool. It was a big ass party. Tim Pool is sitting in the fucking living room with Sargon of Akkad and a bunch of other culture war grifters.
Yeah.
He's got like his GoPro on his chest, and then he's got a selfie stick, and he's trying to like hold court about how we need to destroy the left. Meanwhile, the rest of us are just trying to get drunk and laid. It's like that's where I learned. That's where I really learned the meaning of the phrase. Wow, I bet he's great at parties.
Now this is look at that. This is what he looked like. Hold on, copy image. No, copy image link. There we go.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
I know
like
the
this,
name, and I was like,
look at this fucking fit. He comes in to the White House
seen
press
him on
poll.
podcasts. He just yells at other people.
No,
Why
not
didn't you
that
wear
he
it?
yells at the other people.
Tim?
He just says some stupid shit. But this guy, look at it. He's wearing a suit underneath, like with a hoodie underneath, and his fucking beanie. He's by the way, he's balding. By the way, he's very insecure about that. That's why he wears the beanie all the time.
Oh my god!
No, it's
What
true.
was that about?
No, it's true. This dude is
balding.
No, he is actually some dude, some protester. I think he was at a protest. Some dude like literally like his video was like, I'm gonna take out the beanie of Tim Pool, and then he does it, and it was like bald. It was like holy shit.
Dude.
But no,
I mean,
no. Honestly, fuck this guy. This guy is incredibly, sorry, he's incredibly disingenuous. He always does these kind of straw man arguments, and I think actually in that press poll, his question, quote unquote question, it really wasn't a fucking question, starts off basically painting the guy, the Maryland Kilgar, the military man who was wrongly deported and still stuck in El Salvador because the Trump administration is paying the government of El Salvador to keep him there. And he just starts off saying, oh, the media is painting him as a Maryland man when he's an MS-13. Like, fuck you. Everything he was saying were lies. He is a Maryland man.
Well, hang on. Keep in mind, too, though, Tim was one of the major people found to be taking money from Russian media to spread their message.
I mean, he's a correspondent of Russian Today. Let's just be honest. They already caught him and his organization. Actually, it wasn't his organization, but whatever organization he's a part of. They were like, they were getting paid by Russian oligarchs, the Russian Today specifically. So
that's why I call him Beanie Baby, and it's funny to me though too because it's like, so here's the kind of sad thing, like before voice acting, and in between screen acting and all the other shit, like I was doing YouTube for a while. And I was part of, I jumped in on the skeptic anti-SJW thing, not because I really had an axe to grind. I kind of did because family court sucks, and that's a whole different conversation. Ooh. But also I worked in progressive politics for years, and I did notice things like unions. They were getting a little goofy with how they made their decisions. So I had some things to say, but to me it was mostly just, hey, look at this fucking idiot. They put a video out saying dumb shit. I'm going to respond to it and then have a laugh. And then the alt-right came around, right? Now, at that time, before then, I was friends with Sargon of Akkad. I was friends with the Honey Badger Brigade. I was, friends with these people. but this is early on, though. This is before, they went full fascist. And right. the idea was always, oh, I want to save the left from these crazies, and I'm like, that's cool. I just want to make fun of goofy shit on the internet. That's cool with you. And then I watched as the money got bigger and bigger with them, that they fell more and more and more into that fashy thing. There was a conversation I did my late night show with Jeff Holiday, who I think he's still making content, but fucking this is one of the guys we created Kekistan with as a joke. They got wildly out of hand and all that. And, but with all that, it was one time, we finished the show, we were both kind of drunk. We were, the Patreon thing was happening. Sargon of Akkad, Carl Benjamin, he said some fucking dirty fucking shit, and I'd already stopped talking to him at that point. But, he got kicked off of Patreon, so he was leading a boycott of Patreon. And at the time, this was like how I was making my living, was doing videos, doing streams, Patreon. And all of a sudden, half my income goes away right before Christmas. And Jeff, one night after the show, was like, "Hey, do you want me to pull Carl into a call?" I'm like, "No, I'm doing it anyway." Carl's on the call, and he's like trying to like rally us, like, "We need to boycott Patreon because they're anti-free speech and all this." And I'm just like, "Dude, I can't get my daughter Christmas presents because of you and your bullshit." And he straight up was like, "You know what? Fuck you. I lost 6 figures." I'm sorry. I'm gonna get off of this call. Yeah, I'm gonna get off of this call now so that I don't fly across the fucking pond and punch your dick in your throat.
I feel like you've said this before. Actually, I feel like I've heard this story before from last time you were here. Actually,
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it comes back to Tim Pool though, because like Tim initially, like he came out of Vice.
He came out of Vice, and he also was a big part of the like reporting of the Occupy Wall Street too. Actually, that's what he got his name for, was that. Initially.
Yeah, he had some what you might call like the progressive bona fides. Yeah, and in the early days, like I remember when he was like doing live streams from like the Seattle protests and shit like that. It was like, hey, this is kind of interesting. This is cool journalism. I was doing journalism myself at the time. I'm like, hey, this is kind of cool. And then it turned so quick, and it was like, oh, I'm going to go to Sweden and make a fake documentary about no-go zones that don't even fucking exist. And even though like he just walks through the streets of like fucking like all these major cities where supposedly all these migrants were just going to rape you if you were a certain shade of tan. No, all of a sudden it's like, no, it didn't happen. So he edits the video where it's just him walking around with some douchebag. Like, yes, this is a very scary area. We don't like to go here.
Actually, was it the person that he was walking with, like a right wing, like fascist or something that he was with? Yeah, that's what I recall. Yeah. Yeah, that was the beginning of. Well, I shouldn't say it's the beginning. I think the man was always a grifter. He just. When it came to Occupy Wall Street, he was just in the right place at the right time, honestly. Real quick, Gabe, you got anything to talk about? You've been awfully quiet. Sorry.
Well, no, it's fine, dude.
Just listening. I'm hearing good stories.
I'm listening. I did write a comment. I wrote 2 comments.
The cast transition.
Oh, yeah. What am I drinking?
Yeah. And I put a link to what I'm drinking. Maybe we should start doing that. You know, maybe some people will want to actually have us drink their stuff if we keep sharing their links.
You do
new ideas, you know.
Yeah, no, you do that, and then eventually you get the company to sponsor you, and then you drink nothing but their shit.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the Topical Drinks podcast, brought to you by. No, Twisted Tea.
Choose your options.
I would not.
We're not dying of thirst over here to just take on any deal.
I actually think, was it last week or the week before that we no, it was the week before when we had the guest over and the question came up, what was the worst drink that you've ever drank? And I said Twisted Tea was my worst alcohol, I should say. Yeah.
I dare all of you to get Spiritus Zbigniew. It's a Polish grain alcohol. On the label, in big friendly letters, it says flammable. It's cool. Jeff got sent a bottle to his P.O. box one time, and so like he tried a shot one time, and he was like, I thought he was acting. He's like, and then he was like so drunk he fell out of his chair, and I'm like, hey, this is clearly a bit. It's an act. And then I went out.
What was it called?
Spiritus Zbigniew.
Whoa! Can you say that again?
I can't. Don't ask me to spell it. But Spiritus Zbigniew. I think it's ZYBGNIV, something
Polish
like that.
Beer. Spiritus.
Oh, no. It's a Polish grain alcohol. It's basically Polish Everclear.
Grain alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried some of this shit. I went to a conference one time, and like it was like a year, and we do a thing like we had to put a limit. Like, all right, so every $50 we make in Streamlabs,
Is it this guy? Sorry.
I can't see your stream.
Palmo Spiritus Retificowania. 192.
Oh, yeah.
192 proof.
That sounds
insane.
about right. Yeah, that sounds
That's
about right.
insane.
God damn. 192.
192 is
Ooh.
That's
too
Yeah.
high.
That's incredibly
yeah.
high. Oh wait, here's
That's meant
it.
from
Is-
Molotov.
check that. Is grain alcohol legal in the U.S.? Everclear is legal in many states, but not all. States that
Many states.
okay, sorry. States that have banned the 190 proof grain alcohol include California, Hawaii, Florida, Iowa, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Hampshire, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Washington. Hey, guess what's not on that list? Illinois.
So
Let's go.
guess who's
find
gonna
it.
drink it next episode?
Yadu! Yadu!
Oh shit.
I'm telling you now. Like, definitely get a bottle if you can, right? But
Let's
it's
see
a
if I can find
novelty.
It's a novelty.
Because
Get a
it will-
bottle.
Fuck,
I
it
already
will
have
fucking kill you.
butane and gasoline inside my car.
Exactly. No, you know what? That probably is easier on you. Because this is the thing is like we had a thing people would like $10 or
Guys,
$20 super
Guys.
chats and be like, yeah, do a shot. And then we had to
guys,
get to a point where we're like, what's up?
Jesus.
I can buy it.
Benny's
I,
has it.
I got in my local Benny's in Vernon Hills. I can buy it.
Dare you? I dare you.
Ooh, I think I
dare
will. How much is it? It's only $16.
Yeah, it's not good.
Only 7 left. Only 7 left. All right.
Yeah, it's no. I straight up like we had to get to a point on the show because people would just like throw $10 or $20 fucking super chats.
Shout out to Benny's.
And be like, yeah, do a shot. And it got so bad where
man.
like we put a limit. We're like, all right, I cannot in good conscience make Jeff go through this for less than $50 because I wasn't doing it. I don't give a fuck. And we split the money. But yeah, like when I got out to this one conference, one of our fans brought a bottle out, so I got to try it for the first time. I just did a very small shot, and yes, it did get me fucked up real quick. But oh my god, like it was like pure acid in like my entire esophagus, and it lasted for like
Sounds
a
like
half an hour. Yeah, you know how like normally you drink some like shitty vodka or whatever, you get that burn, and like a couple minutes it goes away. No, this was like a half an hour where I was like, oh, why did I do that?
This
Like,
shit's this is crazy though. 190 proof is definitely more because I always thought Baiju
rough,
had the most, but Baiju is only 120 proof. The most you
Oh.
can get is
You can get-
60% alcohol. So this thing is how much percent would this be then?
you
That'd be almost
probably live
100%.
yeah, it's
Wow,
rubbing alcohol,
Christ! And people,
aged in wood casks. I guess I don't fucking know,
Ugh.
but yeah, it's honestly, get some and keep it as a novelty. But
Yeah.
after your first shot, you're gonna open Streamlabs and be like, all right, you guys it's $150. And for every $150 you guys kick into this stream here, I'll do one shot, and you're gonna make like $400 or $500.
But we'll get
You won't remember any of it.
100%. I know that Twitch and YouTube would not allow that. If we like had the stream on Kick or one of those dumbass sites, then yeah, I think what would be okay.
No, fuck off. I made, dude. I drunk streamed for so many years, and I
Yeah.
still see it. Fucking dude, Commentikid is like. Did you see his last video? He was like, "Where'd all this smoke come from?"
he was
Cool.
definitely smoking. Yeah. I fucking love that episode. I keep showing these guys. Actually, yeah, Gabe and JP. You guys ever see? I keep linking you guys some Commentikid videos. I don't think you guys saw any of that shit.
I don't think I did.
Oh
I
man,
apologize.
Gabe,
First time I met him.
Saw what?
first time-
Commentikid.
Internet comment etiquette with Eric.
Yeah, internet comment etiquette.
Yeah. I remember you guys mentioned that last
Maybe
time.
once before. Maybe once before. I used to watch the Eric and Andre show, if that same show.
No, it's
No.
not.
I mean, honestly though, Eric Andre and Eric and Commentikid, like put the two of those guys in a room and give them like 40 minutes to come up with a show, and it'll be the weirdest shit you've ever seen.
I don't think,
Eric Andre's show was wild.
right.
It was
I don't think their comedy would match though. Like I think Eric Andre's is very absurdist, like high. How would I say it? What was it?
Owner shit.
High energy, absurdist type shit.
Yeah.
While like Commenticate is more like low key, low energy, but like just like he's quick witted and he's smart with the words that he says. Right. I would say like
In the industry,
Eric
in the
Andre.
industry, we call that complimentary.
I would say like Eric Andre might actually be better. Like it would be interesting if he had any sort of production with Tim and Eric, like that comedy duo.
Oh, actually, no. Funny thing about that. Funny thing about that. There's a reason that never happened. Eric Wareheim, at least I'm told, Eric Wareheim fucking hates Eric Andre.
Really? Why?
Yeah.
That okay? That's
Because I mean I don't know the specifics. Have you ever? All right. So, have you ever heard of a thing called what? I don't even remember what they call themselves. I don't even give a shit now these days. It was one of these like they started out as like skeptic, atheist, inquiry, holding important conversations thing, and now they're just right wing scripters.
like the Amazing Atheist. I think would be one of them, right?
Fuck CJ Kirk.
All right. Well,
With
continue.
a banana. With a fucking banana. How about that? Fuck you, TJ, you piece of shit. And fuck drunken.
Wow.
Wow. Tell us how you really feel.
I got a history, and I'm not gonna pretend I don't. But
hold on. Let's continue
no,
with the Eric Wareheim.
yeah, no. So I guess like in their heyday, when Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job, was a little long in the tooth. They was still going, but it was a little long in the tooth. And then Eric Andre came around. Tim worked with Eric Andre a bit.
Oh yeah.
More I think in like a writing and creative process thing.
Mhm.
And this is just rumors, what I've been told, but that by people who worked with them. But yeah, Eric Wareheim just did not like Eric Andre. He didn't want anything to do with him.
Really?
So yeah, and I mean I can kind of see that because I can imagine Eric Andre being a difficult person to work with. He's a genius. I love his shit. But I can definitely see why, because I mean, if he is always on, and he seems like a kind of guy who is always on, yeah, I could see that being a. Can you just fucking stop, dude? Please,
Yeah, no. When I see any of the live stuff, like when Eric Wareheim and Tim Heidecker are doing like just like being themselves and watching their own stuff, like they're dudes that like are definitely very chill, but like they're the masters of absurdist humor. You know, if you ever see Tom Goes to the Mayor, they're what?
Yeah,
they're master. I'm not saying they're the creators of it. I'm saying they're masters at it. You know, Tom Goes to the Mayor.
You know why though? You know why though?
Tell me why.
They were kind of mentored by Bob Odenkirk.
Yes. I mean, Bob Odenkirk
Like,
actually was the executive producer for their shows, the Tim and Eric Awesome Show, and also Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Yeah, and if you look back at any of those shows that they did, it's clear as fucking day which bits and parts he wrote.
Right.
Like all of the product things, like you remember Cinco Bank? That was like it's got to be my favorite.
Everything about Cinco is so fucking hilarious to me. Sorry.
Yeah, well that
to everybody in chat. Sorry, real quick though. To everybody in chat and everybody that might not know Tim and Eric, which I feel like Gabe might not know.
I know Tom and Eric, the big guys, right? Adult Swim too as well.
Tim and Eric.
Tim and Eric. Yeah, I remember that show.
Tom and Eric.
Yeah.
Awesome show. Yeah,
Tim and Eric, awesome
right?
show. Okay, so it's just like or JP. I don't know if you ever watched that stuff.
I have not yet. No.
They're basically like just straight up absurdist humor that is just. It's like I don't know how to explain it. Like it like
the
to
early
me,
stages of brain rot.
Cable
I think.
access.
Yeah,
It was all cable access style.
yes,
Everything was low fidelity, low quality. Really, it just looked and sounded shitty, but that was the point. And it was basically like, hey, because I mean, honestly, I think it was. I'm pretty sure Tim and Eric started doing their shit when they were in college,
right.
and it looks like college level shit. And then they're just like, hey, let's just keep doing this.
To me, it reminded me more of like just like humor that like I don't know. It's like bathroom shower thoughts humor or some shit like that,
Yeah.
or when you're a
Yeah.
kid, when you're a kid or just a teenager and you're just thinking like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if this happens, or like so just like the
Stoner
stupidest thing, stoner shit,
Pure
like
stoner shit.
you're in the
this is what
bathroom
I
just
do.
like
I
thinking,
sit on you, sit
Yeah.
on you, sit on you.
Yeah.
Like
or no tumblers.
that was comedy.
If you remember when the
Yeah.
pumpers want to pump them pumpers, or
no,
anything Cinco,
and
anything
what?
Cinco is just like the most like dumbest thing you could think of. Like, okay, what's the dumbest product I could think of, the most unnecessary product, and let's make a commercial about that. Like it's crazy.
Did you ever watch Mr. Show with Bob and David?
I saw some of it. I didn't see a lot of it though, but I do know I've seen
Yeah.
some. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like I remember growing up with that shit. Like my family had cable, and so hey, HBO, hey, Mr. Show with Bob and David, this is awesome. And then that came and went, and that was like kind of iconic to me in a way. It's like this is really weird. And then I discovered Monty Python, and I'm like, oh, they didn't invent one sketch leading into another. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, anytime you watch Tim and Eric, anytime you see any of those bits like the Cinco shit or any kind of product release. You could tell if you watch Mr. Show at all, you're like, all right, this is Bob Odenkirk's bit.
Right.
Like Bob wrote this, gave it to them, and it's like, hey. And like, I just Cinco Bank is my favorite. Guy sits down to an automated fucking teller machine, and he's like, I'd like to open an account. Okay. Do you live in a hole or a boat? No. Okay. I think you said boat.
Yeah.
Is your boat? Is your boat a fishing liner or no? Is your boat used for shipping or commercial fishing?
Dude,
help someone.
We should
okay,
talk.
I think you said commercial fishing.
No, I actually I think my favorite was the it's either the Cinco phone, because I keep watching that Cinco phone, or any one of the Cinco ones that they would have the guy that like with the false teeth. And they would just like always use the fact that he has a false teeth and that they pull out the teeth. Like the what was it? The Cinco food tube, that it's like, oh you should not you hurt yourself chewing your food. And then it's this whole process of like basically liquefying your food and sticking it in the surgery that you it's so stupid.
It handles all the mastication for me.
Right. All right, sorry, Gabe, what were you saying? Sorry.
I was like, since we're on the subject of like these obscure shows and humor, we should like talk about some of our other favorite Adult Swim shows that we watched that may have been not super popular, but they were a hit nonetheless. I'll start. There was a show called China, Illinois. Did you ever watch that show?
Yes.
No.
You don't know China, Illinois?
So good.
I never watched it. Though.
It was so good. You would love it, Nick. The way your personality is, you would fucking fall out your chair laughing.
The guy that made it, Brad Neely, he also had this other one. It was called Brad Neely's Hard Nailin' Scorpio PPO was another show that he got after China, Illinois. So Brad Neely, here, let me pull it up. Brad Neely's Hard Nailin' Scorpio PPO. That was also after China, Illinois. So China, Illinois was definitely funny. Like for sure, I loved it.
I've never heard of this. This is wild.
It's like the like this is like the style of animation that they had. It's pretty fucking funny. I will give you that. So for me though, man, I don't want to say Super Jail because I think Super Jail was like popular, but I like
that show too, but it got drawn out.
I don't think it was funny though. I think it was more like just
it wasn't meant to be funny. It's just violence.
It was just violence. Yeah, exactly. It was just like
impressive in animation though. Very impressive.
Okay. So there was this one show that for some reason made me laugh because of how fucking absurdist it is, and it's got the same humor as Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which is another show, but I wouldn't say that's obscure. That thing like literally made Adult Swim. Let's be honest. Perfect Hair Forever. There we go. I forgot the name for a second. Perfect Hair Forever. Do you remember that?
Well, okay. If we're getting obscure though, do you remember Fat Guy Stuck in the Internet?
Yes. I do remember
No.
that one. That one didn't last that long though, if I remember correctly.
Wait, let me look it up. Let me see. Fat guy
Hey,
stuck.
while you look that up, I just real quick in your
I don't
community
remember this
chat
one.
here, right? I just posted a link. I made this a few years ago. Really fucking lazy, but I think you guys in your audience might enjoy it if you want to give it a look. It's a short thing.
Can I play it?
Take a look.
All right.
Oh yeah, totally.
Are we gonna get copyright? All right, let's try it.
If I get a notification, I'll just cancel it.
Wizard of Cause. This
Yeah.
is how I know this guy.
All right, let's do this. Hold on. Let's play now.
No one else will do it. They're taking that chance. And then, if something goes down, which it will, I will sue the corporate office so badly.
That's Master Shake. That's Master Shake.
I just couldn't help but think this is perfect.
Violence solves anything? What kind of monster are you? No, shut up! I'm talking to him. You are the gayest monster since gay came to Gaytown. What the hell's he doing next to my Benjamin? I told you, fireman, astronaut, race car driver, maybe bikini judge. And this is what I get? What the hell's this? Food service? Are you kidding me? This is third world, and I'm from the first. I'm number one, baby. Yeah, we know how you did it. Congratulations. The bank gave you a credit card. It doesn't make you better than me. But you see,
I mean, we gotta be
nobody
honest
gives
with
me
ourselves.
credit because I'm a bad
Trump.
risk and I don't pay my bills on time.
Trump is straight up Master Shake.
Yeah.
Master
Let's
Shake
get down to
kind
it.
of charming.
What I say is very
In a way.
baffling.
Oh, I just noticed something. Hold on.
And I
That's
don't pay
by the
my
way,
bills.
hilarious. But what the fuck? I just noticed that. What
Wow.
the fuck is going on here? Look at his mouth. He's got like a little spittle or something like that that's been sticking out the entire time.
Bills on time.
Look at that shit.
I don't know what you mean.
Right here. Right here.
I'm
We're
looking at it.
You're looking. Okay, watch it. Watch it. It's still
Oh wait,
there.
wait.
Yeah,
Oh,
hold on. It's gonna come out still. Hold on.
Let's get down
Look.
to
See?
it. What I say is very baffling.
See?
No, he is speaking. To be fair.
Yeah, that's a lot of like just hanging spit
And-
there. I don't know, man. Anyway, dude, great fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I love it. So, how long did it take you to
That
get
was
those
back in
clips?
2015. Who would have known
Oh,
that he would
that-
be tracking autistic people trying to
Also, if
eradicate
you want,
that like it's a disease?
if you want, like, this will get you copy struck if you air it a little bit, but who gives a shit?
Mhm.
But I sent you another one. This is like the kind of shit we just used to do. It's like, all right, what kind of mashups can we do?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, the Cats trailer dropped. And I'm like, I know the song that belongs to this.
Oh
Cat's
shit!
gonna give it to you, so X gonna give it to you. Yeah, that's gonna copyright strike us.
No,
Definitely.
no, yeah, like no. When you get a chance, like take it, give it a watch because it's one of those weird things where it just thinks. Like I didn't do anything. I just laid the track over the video and it just synced up so well.
Here, we'll look at our chat here. So, but we won't play it.
You just reminded me of that guy from Arrested Development. What's his name?
Will Arnett,
Yes.
magician.
Gob.
Yes,
Job.
exactly.
Job.
Go, Joe.
Yeah, magic.
Joe. I haven't finished that show. I should watch that show. Speaking of shows,
It's like, Dad, they're not
Just
tricks,
give-
they're illusions. you're tired of my
before-
illusions.
so
Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
I don't want to. So before we leave the obscure conversation, I want to add another obscure show. There was this one show. It was like computer generated, and this guy was like Jesus, but he was like a deer with like backwards legs or something like that.
Xavier Renegade Angel. Xavier Renegade Angel. Yes.
That show was amazing. Yeah, that show was amazing.
That show
Right.
that show
watch
was
that. I need to show-
fucking like when YouTube started like suggesting me like scenes from that, like I can't stop watching that shit. It's so
It's
fucking hilarious.
that was honestly a golden age of Adult Swim. I think is
Oh yeah.
when they're like, how fucking weird can we get? And here's the weird thing too: is you guys remember Too Many Cooks?
Yes. That really absurdist thing that it was like at 5 a.m. or whatever time they premiered it. I remember that shit.
Yeah, well, here's the weird
Oh.
thing. I'm pretty sure. I think that was Wham City Comedy who made that, but there's like Too Many Cooks, and they had another one which was like a fake ad for like an antidepressant or something. But if you
Oh.
look, yeah, but if you look deeper into those, you kept finding it. Like, do you know what an ARG is?
Yeah. Augmented reality game. Yeah.
Alternate reality
Alternate,
game.
not
Yeah,
augmented. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. No, those were all ARGs. Like if you decided you wanted to, like, there was that the Adult Swim ran it was like the fake antidepressant medication ad.
Hmm.
The thing is like if you go and watch that on YouTube, you find other links to extended cuts. But then those extended cuts bring you to other weird shit, and like there's one time where you can like explore the house of the main character, and it's just all over the place. You find this weird shit like, oh, all these family portraits with like the faces of the children and the dad scratched out. What the fuck is it? Why are there Christmas gifts in this room? And it just kept getting weirder and weirder
Oh,
the
that's pretty
deeper
cool.
you went. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that was Wham City Comedy because they've done a number of those, and those people are fucking insane. Cricket Anson is one of my favorite human beings.
I think
Just he was part of that.
going to ARGs real quick though. Like I think the first ARG I ever actually kind of quote unquote participated with, or not really participated. I guess I kind of participated because I was a part of the message boards about it a little bit, but I didn't wasn't the one that was looking out for that stuff. I was just kind of like keeping track of it. Was the one that they did for Halo 2. You guys remember that?
That was a good one.
You remember that? Like Gabe, you remember that stuff? The bees?
The bees.
The
For Halo
bees.
2.
For Halo 2.
Is you talking about a commercial ad or just like
No,
another
an ARG.
spin-off show
An
thing?
ARG.
Oh no, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Yeah, it
That
starts with the ad. And
yeah.
then
It was like what was the ad? Something bees. What was it called? Like
Bees knees.
no, it was a Halo 2 ARG. Let me look it up here. I love bees. So it was entire viral marketing from Bungie to promote Halo 2, and it actually was pretty successful because a lot of people were like, "What the fuck is this I love bees thing?" And it's only and during that whole thing, when they actually start releasing, or some people like find audio clips, the audio clips were incredibly disjointed, but you find out that like this is taking place in the universe of Halo. And it actually had a whole story about it with this girl. Her dad actually was one of the original Spartan ones, turns out, and that so on and so forth. And then the AI that actually went back in time. Oh yeah, there were two stories. One, the AI somehow went back in time, and there was this one dude that's in our timeline, and then there's the Halo timeline and stuff like that, and it all culminated to the beginning of Halo 2, where the Covenant essentially invade Earth. That shit
Really?
was
The bees.
the best. I love bees. Yeah.
well, there was a big famous, like before the internet was even big. It was evil. There was a big ARG that went on in I think it was San Francisco, and like it culminated like the players, they just took little tabs off of a pull sheet on a fucking cork board, right, and called the number, and then there you are in the game. And it was huge. Yeah, it was huge, and like it ended with like this massive, like there was like a staged protest against a fake corporation, and everybody showed up in like gold masks and white robes.
Yeah.
And it was big and weird. Well, the people who put that one on, that's kind of what made ARGs a big thing. During COVID, they put another one on called Signal, and that largely like relied upon, online engagement and like, here's a really cryptic puzzle or question, and then when enough people get the answer, then the next stage of the game is unlocked. Well, the issue is like my fan base at the time, my audience and my friends, my community. Well, we started getting really into it, and a number of us were website programmers and coders, and they broke into the back end of the website because thinking like, okay, well, like the goal of the game is to figure out the game, so let's just figure out what they did. And we broke the game. We completely cracked everything. And then we were all like on the subreddits and shit, like, hey guys, like, look what we did. We our team fucking figured this out. And they were so, like, the other people in the subreddit were so angry. And yet the creators of the game, like, started following all of us on all of the socials and shit like that. And they're like, and it was kind of like they were kind of impressed that we broke their game, but everybody else was so angry. It's like, hey, feel sorry. Did you want this to bring you through the whole pandemic? Because it's not going to happen. We all have too much time on our hands. But yeah, it even got to a point. I found one of the senior, like, vice president people of this group, and I found her contact info, and I forgot to tell her I was live streaming when I did it, but I called her on a live stream. And I was like, yeah, so what's up with Signal? And she's like, I don't know. I'm not a part of any of this anymore. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Blah, 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 blah. We talked a bit, and, like, she let some shit slide, and then that gave us further keys to completely break the game. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, shit, I forgot. I didn't mention we were doing a live stream. She's like, what, you were live? I'm like, yeah. Is that a problem? Like, a little bit. I'm like, so I just took the entire stream down because I'm like, I don't want to fuck this girl's life up and whatever. But yeah, dude, it gets like honestly, I think ARGs are one of like the best kinds of media.
Pokemon Go considered an ARG?
No.
Well,
no, I don't think so.
No, maybe. I mean. It's
wasn't it recording and putting Pokemon in the real world? Isn't that all like alternate reality?
Yeah, it's like, it's like you got to go out into the world. You got to go out.
Why was yours strong? I don't think so, Jorge. What was that about?
Well, because okay, actually, I just pulled up the definition of an ARG. Let me pull it up here. So ARGs is an interactive networked narrative that uses the real world as a platform and employs transmedia storytelling to deliver a story that may be altered by players' ideas and actions. None of that stuff would be Pokemon Go because Pokemon Go didn't have a story. It didn't have a story. First off,
it didn't have a story.
Yes, there was no story. It did do the players' actions. Obviously, the players were running around doing action. The form is defined by an intense player involvement with a story that takes place in a real time and evolves according to the player's responses. That's definitely not Pokemon Go. It is shaped by the characters and are actively controlled by the game's designers, as opposed to being controlled by an AI, blah, blah, blah. Players interact directly with characters in the game, solve plot-based challenges and puzzles, and collaborates as a community to analyze the story and coordinate real-life online activities and AI. So, yeah, Pokemon Go would not be that. Pokemon Go is augmented reality game. Augmented reality. But not not alternate reality. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious if any of you guys ever fucked with Randonautica.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. It's an app, right? It's like an app you get on your phone, and you turn GPS on, and then it's got this weird shit. Like you go into the app and you say like what you're looking for, like what you want to find or whatever, and then you set like a distance from where you are, and it'll give you a location to go to. And most of the time it's like you go wherever you're going, it's like there's nothing there or whatever, but you just went for a walk. Good for you. But there's been some weird there was one case where these two teenage girls were playing Randonautica, and they ended up out at this pier, and then the directions were to go under the pier to the side, and when they went there, they found a fucking suitcase with a chopped up body in it.
Okay,
Got
yeah. Let me. Yeah, I just looked that up, and I think okay. So,
Oh.
the most notable controversy involved a group of people heading to a beach in West Seattle for the app, where they found a bag with 2 dead bodies: a 27-year-old man and male and a 36-year-old
Oh, I remember
female.
that. I do remember that.
Jesus.
I did Randonautica
No.
with my late girlfriend Marley years ago, and it was like just like a
Sorry to hear
like
that,
a
by the way.
half-
Sorry for your loss.
uh,
Wait, what?
Thank you.
Who? What?
He said his late
Oh.
girlfriend. So
Oh, I'm
say
sorry.
for-
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Come on, dude.
I'm still.
I feel welcome and seen here.
I'm sorry. I was literally just reading the controversy, and I'm like, wait, what? Sorry for the loss. What? Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
I don't know. Yeah, well,
He's
we
only
went out and
partly sorry.
No, I'm
Yeah, it was
full,
like- it
I'm
was like-
fully
like-
sorry,
like-
Gabe. All right. By the way,
we set a,
by the way, your
it was
cat's
my old
adorable.
apartment. Yeah, it was in
Yeah.
the city. It was like we set a quarter mile, so we didn't have to walk too far. And it was the weirdest thing, though. And I think this is one of those like it's almost like confirmation bias, because when we went down, like it's like we're just it's raining and it's shitty. We're walking around, whatever. We're having a fun time. And then for some reason, this one house with this one bright red door just kept fucking speaking to me. And I'm like, because I don't believe shit. I don't believe in shit. But this is weird. And I'm like, why can't I stop looking at that door? Why is it so perfectly red when everything else here is fucking covered in grime and awful? That door. And before I left the city, I actually went and like knocked on it. And I'm like, I need to find out, because it just bugged me for like a year and a half. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What is this door? I went and knocked on it, and like nobody answered, and I walked away, and I'm like, I'm kind of glad nobody answered. I'm not sure I want to know. Like, why the fuck? Like, yeah, like these people, like these kids found bodies in a bag in a piece of luggage on the beach. I don't want to know what's behind that door. I don't.
Well, they
cool.
helped solve it, though. You know, they helped solve the crime.
I mean, they probably were scarred for life, but yeah, they helped solve the crime. I mean,
The kids?
Well, they were-
No. I think they got a lot of negative backlash because they weren't acting scarred. They were like making a whole spectacle
Giggling.
of it. I think. Yeah, exactly.
They
They were laughing.
They thought it was fucking wild, and I mean, honestly,
They thought it
like,
was crazy, but
Yeah.
yeah.
that's
But then again, I mean,
Obviously, shock.
how else are you supposed to react?
yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
you're just supposed
um,
to. I think you're supposed to be like serious and melancholy, like just like.
you know, that's the
Well,
thing. I would say like some people react a lot differently than you would expect, and in situations like that, especially for something that like might be very traumatic, just seeing those, that,
Like
like
wine, man.
it could. Oh yeah, thank you. You're welcome. I mean, but
I want to share this with one of my sommelier buddies in the building.
you should have shared it
Hit
with
him
me
up.
because I bought it with you. But
We can get more.
I wanted to. Those things, man, it was pricey. It was a gift between Zaria and me. So, okay. What I was gonna say, sorry, I lost a train of thought there. Was that I don't know how people really react, or like you can't say what you think someone would react when it comes to like shock, that type of thing, because like everybody kind of reacts a little differently.
Has,
And
has
like
anybody else Has anybody else on this stream like found a dead body before?
I've seen a dead body.
yeah.
I never
I have,
found it.
actually.
I never found a dead
I
body.
went to I was at a bus stop in Chicago, and I thought this guy
Oh,
was
geez.
sleeping. And I'm sitting there waiting for the bus, and the ambulance just pulls up, and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
"Oh, is that guy okay?" No, someone reported him dead earlier. We're just picking him up. I'm like, oh shit! And so I was standing next to a dead body. Like I was like,
Oh,
fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Reporting him dead earlier is crazy work.
Ugh.
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, it
That's
really is
pretty
one of those
fair.
things. Like, it's one of those like you have no idea how you're gonna react to what happens to you.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I mean, like I saw, a dead motorcyclist when we were in China, and we were like, it was a fresh
that.
accident,
Jeez.
So, yeah. But anyway,
We
Um,
never die. We never die.
all right. Let's get off this little morbid topic here, because Gabe actually
Well,
seems to want to talk about Kanye West and his
Oh
tweet,
yeah.
his tweet 2
Look at
days
me
ago.
white.
So I gotta say, I avoided all Kanye things, and actually, it happened the day before Oblivion. I was more excited about Oblivion, to be honest, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like the rumors already came in, so I had no idea until after work when I met up with Gabe for like a little bit of a happy hour, and he showed me the tweet, and I'm like, okay, this is Kanye's tweet. Oh, look at your cat's asshole, man! You're just showing off your cat's asshole right there. Oh, by the way,
transcriptions, man.
I told Yadu to tell his party.
Deaf people exist.
I told Yadu
Oh yeah.
to like
And blind
like
people.
get the people whatever party that he's in, and he said he was gonna play the stream on TV. So I hope he did play it on TV. I hope he sees the stream and what the picture I have for him. I want him to see it. I want him to know it was me. Anyway.
Which one was that again?
The Yay tweet.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
RKA thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So
comments on that.
Kanye. Okay. Do you guys know? Should JP Nick?
Put it on the screen.
What up?
Should I put it on the screen?
Put it on the screen.
I
of course.
finally get out of the Imperial sewers in Oblivion.
Nice,
In the
you
open
did
world
it.
area.
Kanye.
I'm jelly, man. I'm gonna play that game.
Yeah. Did you?
I can't download it yet though. I need to focus on my last 2 weeks of school.
Aw.
2 more weeks.
Oh.
Okay.
I know.
I'm
The
just.
semester is coming to an end.
I'm just gonna read it.
I'm-
I'm gonna bring it up. I'm just gonna read it here. Where is it?
What a puss.
Okay. Here it is. Oh wait, no. God damn it.
Persuasive guy is what I'm saying.
Yeah. You want to read it, or do you want me to read it?
No, I
All
did.
right. You don't want to read it. All right. Oh, you know what? Should I fucking read it?
Wait, okay, I'll read it. I'll read it and I'll blink out what is necessary. Okay.
Well, yeah, because the thing is that anybody and I already have people like viewers here that actually cut things out of context for what I said, and there's definitely
That's how
some.
it's done. That's just the way.
You know what? Okay, let's just paraphrase. So Kanye West essentially was saying that his song "Cousins," I guess, was based off a cousin that apparently is in jail for life for killing a woman or something like that.
A pregnant lady.
A pregnant lady. Yeah, he had to mention that she was pregnant, right?
And he also had to mention that it was a few years after he told him that he wouldn't look at dirty magazines together, anymore.
So Kanye West basically admitted, if this is true, I should say, that he and his cousin, male cousin, were simulating sex acts.
I like that you. I like that you like put emphasis on male cousin.
Well, yes, because there's the part that we're
It's
not
gonna be
say.
obvious soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be obvious if someone actually reads the comments, basically. But there's a big reason I said male cousin is because Kanye West straight up said that they were simulating the sex acts that they were looking at for the adult magazines. And then in the very end, he just makes it sound like he's like an AA meeting. He says that he essentially sucked his cousin's dick.
I'm not laughing at the comment.
I was about to be like he
there
gave
might be
fellatio,
something
but I
wrong
was
with
like,
this
I'm just gonna be
Kanye
straight
guy.
up. So
I'm laughing that you compared it to the AA meeting.
I mean,
I thought the
literally,
weirdest part
he
about the
said,
tweet-
didn't he say I'm Kanye West and like?
No, he said
Did
my
he say
name
that?
is Ye, and I blopped my cousin blop until I was 14.
Yeah, that's what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Yep, and you
Yeah,
know
I
what
think
block
there might
means.
be something going on.
And then he
with this
said
guy.
tweet sent, which is the craziest part, I think.
Yeah, tweet.
Well, I mean,
Oh, I just died.
Well,
Fuck.
today the tweet I responded to that I saw was him saying, "I'm white," and I'm like, this is gonna get so funny if we go down that Michael Jackson road. You know?
No, not the Michael
Like-
Jackson. I was actually thinking more of. I remember that. I was actually thinking more of the Dave Chappelle, like the draft, the race draft.
I thought of that too. I'm like,
Yeah, remember that?
The white delegation rejects your application.
Yeah, I don't. What delegation would want to take yay. I think nobody wants to. To be honest.
The far right.
No, the race.
Oh,
Race. The race delegate. You
Oh.
don't remember that
That's gonna be-
skit? Do you know that
yeah.
skit?
That would be-
I do
Yeah.
remember that.
That would be fucking phenomenal, though, if like modern.
Oh, the Dave
Western
Chappelle race
American
delegations
Nazis-
you're talking about?
Yeah, like if modern American Nazis though were like, yeah, we got Kanye. He's one of the good ones.
I mean, after that tweet, I don't know. That tweet.
Right, I got
Actually,
I
you know
got a
what?
comment about one of the good ones.
Yeah, go ahead.
So one time I was arrested, and not unrightfully, it was rightfully. I was driving without a license. But anyway, I called one of my buddies, and I'm not going to say any names, I'm going to expose them. But their dad also came with them to bail me out of jail. And his dad straight up said to me, "Come on, Gabriel, I thought you were one of the good ones."
Oof.
Oh,
Oof.
Thanks, Jethro.
And honestly, I didn't take it as like a racist thing because he was bailing me out of prison, out of jail.
Well,
So I was just sitting in the car.
they don't
just like,
realize the things they say. It's just like, oh my god.
yeah, I'm like, I feel like you mean it was harmless. Like that was racist, yeah.
it was
And I remember
racist.
telling
Like-
my buddy that.
Like
I mean-
as a white person, I've said racist shit where I didn't know it at the time, and somebody told me, I'm like, oh fuck, yeah, that was bad. My bad.
The
You know?
microaggressions, basically the microaggressions. Though, except what that guy's.
That's a little bit more than a microaggression.
That was more.
though.
I was
That's a little
gonna
bit
say.
more
Yeah,
than
that's
that.
what I was gonna say. It was a little bit
Macroaggression.
more than a microaggression. Hey, by the way, shout
Little
out to whoever
macro,
said
man.
I look cute. By the way, in your stream, tell him to get into our stream.
I know.
Yeah, what's
funny,
up?
Kind of to bring it
Oh,
back
they
around
said it. It
little
was a
bit.
YouTuber, dude. It was a YouTuber watcher.
But not your.
Or was
YouTube.
it a Twitch watcher?
Was it your YouTube?
Remember, I'm streaming to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same time.
I'm only
Always.
YouTube
Nice.
and Twitch right now for topical drinks. You got to get them on this, man. Jeez, God.
I know. I'm putting the topical drinks links in the comments.
All right,
You know what? There are theories though. Like for example, on
What's the
Facebook,
theories?
if you put like a link to another social media platform, they
don't want
automatically share your post less. It's like,
Mm.
oh shit,
Nice.
you're sharing Twitch links? Fuck you. We
Yeah,
don't want to
that-
share
that-
your shit.
I mean,
That
shit.
wouldn't
I
doubt
mean,
it.
I mean, here's the
that
thing.
actually, I think that got started. I think that got started actually with YouTube, because a lot of
Yeah.
people started simul streaming between YouTube and Twitch, and YouTube was like, well, we don't want to lose the traffic, so fuck you, buddy.
I mean, should we really create a Facebook account? I'm like really avoiding. I mean, we have an Instagram account. I get it, but
How many?
We should create where the users are. Facebook still has the most social media users out of all social media platforms, and then YouTube, and then TikTok.
really, Facebook has the most.
Wait, what
I
was
thought
that again?
I thought
Yeah,
TikTok
Facebook
already
is the
got
most.
that. Oh.
Because Facebook
No,
has the
get on,
people that
you
will
get-
actually listen to us too.
Listen, bro, you gotta get on.
Exactly.
You gotta get on. You gotta get on Rumble. You gotta get on Rumble.
No,
It's
no,
like
yeah.
it's like the spirit of Halloween for social media.
Oh God.
Nobody knows how.
Oh, actually, YouTube claims the spot, and then Facebook.
That's what I was gonna say.
Excuse
I think
me.
yeah, YouTube. YouTube's
Because
considered
monthly
social
active
media.
for 2025 to 3. Well, yeah, it's not
Is it?
used exactly when it comes. It's not. I don't think.
Yeah.
But it is. though. It is. It is.
Your racist uncle needs somewhere to put his thoughts, and that's what
Yep.
Facebook's for. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, look,
I mean,
it's literally one
Well,
step away. I could just go ahead and just like the Instagram account and convert it to a Facebook account too. I mean, it's just one step, but whatever.
are
It's
you,
just-
bro? Are you on Threads? Are you on Threads, bro?
no.
Are you on Threads?
I'm on Threads. I'm starting to thread more now.
You're starting
Yeah,
thread. You're doing threads.
I would check that out. It's just here's the weird thing I noticed
because
with
we're still at
Facebook.
the start of it. You know, we're still early on Threads. right now.
Well, I can. Yeah, but here's the problem is like I can. So for some fucking reason, I don't know how this happened. I cleared my cache on one of my browsers. I cleared my cache on what was it? Yeah, I cleared my cache on Firefox.
Mhm.
And then it's like, okay, you're logged out of all this shit. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't mean for that to happen because I unchecked that box, but whatever. And then I went to log back into Facebook, and it's like, oh, you used an old password. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I didn't, but okay. And I went back and forth with them like 5 times trying to reset password, and I like sent them a picture of my ID and all that shit. And then ultimately they was just like, they're like, oh, sorry, no, you can't. And for some reason I can still log into Facebook on Brave browser, but not on any other browsers or on my phone. So I'll go to log into Threads and they'll be like, "What's your Facebook login?" I'll be like, "I don't tell me," and they won't let me reset it. So fuck them. But no, something I wanted to mention before though, on your comment about getting one of those. I thought you were one of the good ones. Comments.
Right.
So my early YouTube career was making fun of like the kooky fucking Technicolor left, and it was fun because it was dumb ideas. But then the alt-right showed up, and then I'm like, these are really stupid. I'm gonna have fun with these guys. And I did a couple videos just calling out their bullshit. I'm like, you really think all because you fell out of a pink cunt and grew up to be a certain shade in a place you had no decision on being that makes you special? And my God, the following I built up by making fun of college kids just turned, and it was all these statue profiles, and they were like, "Oh, you're some kind of race traitor? What's going on with you?" And then one person jumps in, and is like, he's a Jew. He's just a mongrel Jew, and he doesn't have a homeland. And I'm just like, okay, well, first off, we have a homeland, and if I knew then what I know now, I'd be like, you guys would be all about that homeland, even though I'm not. But at a certain point, but yeah, it's pretty wild. Like when you're a white Jew, and then you turn against Nazis, and they're like, "But I thought you were one of us." Like, what gave you that impression?
Hold on.
Was I one of the good ones?
Hold on. JP, he's a Jew.
What's up?
Did you not vet this guy? No, just kidding.
He brought this up in the last podcast, man.
Yeah, I know.
They let Jews on the internet now.
What?
Trump's gonna come after us now, so it's okay.
I know he already did. Thank you. He's gonna come after us because like Gabe is showing his cat's ass right now. What's up?
Dude, what the hell?
Look at that cat. Beautiful cat, by the way. My cat's already ran away. Wait,
after you said she's showing her ass, then you say beautiful cat. You can't say that in the same sentence.
You know what?
You can't say.
Now that I'm gonna use my basement more, maybe I should buy a cat tree here. I should buy a cat tree.
What do you use your basement for more? Are you gonna start burying people yet or what?
What?
Exactly.
Burying people?
He's like, what's... don't fuck up the feng shui near the pool table though.
Yeah, I know. Where would I put it?
I just really love those with your beautiful, very beautiful white cat. It was funny because it wasn't until like she rolled over once that I even noticed she was there because she blended into the sheets so well. And I'm like, why is the sheets moving? Oh my God, that's a kitty cat.
It's a beautiful cat. Look at how she is right now. She's so
chilling.
like perfectly circle right now, right behind him.
She's always she gets kind of obsessive and she wants to be around my space.
Oh,
what would it be? Like I had a big, chunky, gourd-shaped black cat, like same size, and I called her my shadow loaf. And I'm wondering, like, what kind of loaf is this? Is it a cloud loaf? Is it
a tofu? No.
Tofu loaf. That's got a
loaf. Oh, I don't know. Oh man, you gave up on Oblivion. JP, you gave up on Oblivion. Are you gonna play us out?
He didn't give up on play us out. It's crazy, but JP didn't give up. He's just on to the next. JP, play us a tune.
On to the next.
Oh, we still got time. We still got time.
Khaki King. Play some Khaki King. I know you can do that. Just the slap guitar. Ding 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 ding.
Oh, damn. Man, maybe I should bust out. Well, I don't have the acoustic with me. I only have the electric guitar with me.
No, jump on your keyboard, dude. Give him a fucking.
I don't know how to play that. That's the wife's. That's the wife keyboard. I don't know how to play it.
No excuses. It's there.
Yeah, I know. Learn it. No, I gotta get the I gotta learn more of the electric guitar over here. So, not the sword. I'm not pointing out the sword. What? No, that guitar actually. Well, yeah, no, that guitar is mine, straight up. I had that guitar since I lived in Cleveland, actually, long time ago.
You probably got it under the guise of chicks are gonna love this when they see that. Yeah,
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna
Deny.
I'm not gonna confirm or deny that.
I've discovered there's actually a redeeming. There is one There's one way in which a bass player can be redeemed,
A bass
and it's
player.
if they're a hot Philly chick who looks like a young Jennifer Tilly. My heart will always live with Sarah, even though she's got opioid problems now. But my point is like for the longest time, I'm like, bass player, and then I met her, and I'm like, bass player. I can't play anything, so
There's actually I think a video of like a really like a very attractive I think she might be a bass she might be a bass player actually. She's a bass player from Mexico, a Mexican rock band, all girl rock band and stuff like that. And she was killing it. Actually, let me look this up real quick. Well, not look her up, but look up the channel. It's this dude that's actually pretty fucking funny. That all he does is bass guitar stuff. I don't know if you ever heard of this.
Can you guys
guy.
actually hear me playing, or is it like in the
bit.
A
background?
little
I can hear it.
bit,
A little
not too much.
It's not too loud, which is good.
Yeah. Oh
it
yeah.
feels like a
Davey-
scene out of The Last of Us.
Davey 504. There we go. Davey 504.
Somebody.
He's hilarious. I highly recommend that dude. And oh yeah, here we go. Let me just show. I'm not gonna play the video though, but here you go. These Mexican bassists must be stopped. And there you go. And there's the picture, the video of the girl herself, right? And she's fucking jamming it. And so usually what he would do is like with these must be stopped things, because he's got a lot of these must be stopped, like these Japanese bassists must be stopped. You know, he basically plays like with them. So like whatever video they're playing, he plays with them. And the dude's a genius.
Nice.
The dude's really good at what he does. So these anime
Whoa.
bases must be stopped. So there you go. Yeah. So highly recommend this
Something
guy's
I've
videos.
always- Something I've always admired about just Japanese music in general is they have such a love of like technical ability.
Yes.
And then you look in like two of the big what are the like two of the biggest music styles in Japan are jazz and metal. And
Yeah.
normal Americans would be like, well, those don't have anything to do with each other. It's like, be surprised.
Yeah. No, jazz, like actually like a lot of jazz is very how would I say it? Like what's the word about jazz? It's like it's not unpredictable, but like very frantic in a way.
Well, yeah, it's fluid. It's really fluid,
Yes.
but at the same time, if you are not absolutely in the fucking pocket, it's not gonna sound good.
Right.
But
Right.
when you are, it's gonna blow everyone's fucking minds. And it's similar with I'm not a metalhead. I've never really been big into metal, but I really appreciate it as a music form because just the basic technical level of skill involved in shredding like that, or like double bass drumming. It's like, dude, you could be a marathon runner with those fucking calves.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Like I mean, not I used to be big metal and also like new metal type stuff back in high school. I mean, my edgelord life back then. But
Edgelord.
yeah, edgelord stuff. But like I did have an appreciation for the technicality of the stuff. Now, but I think a lot of those things when I get back don't like age well, and it probably mostly has to do with the lyrics and the music and the singer.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like that's when it starts getting really butt rock. It's basically the singer itself. It's just like and then like I'm like, oh god, shut up. You know? Like
You want to hear something kind of crazy though? Is
Go
so
ahead.
my daughter's going to be 17 next month, right?
mhm.
Damn.
And
You got kids
yeah,
that
well-
old? Wow.
I'm like most Jews age like avocados. I think it's the Irish. Like I know I've just got enough whiskey in me to where I've got so many preservatives. I want to make a beautiful corpse. But
He's saying we're
But no,
not
it's a
saying
weird-
it.
it's the what's
Put a pin in that about the Irish thing about preserving corpses. I'll
Yeah.
come back to that.
I'm really curious now. But no, it's just one of the weird things I've found is like her generation, these like kids who are like 16, 17 right now in high school. they love corn. Like she was asking me, like
Wow.
dude. Last time I saw her, she was in like oversized, baggy, like they look like the old school like Billabong or Jinkos kind of thing.
Oh, I remember those back in the day. Yep.
Yeah, and she had a giant like oversized corn T-shirt on, and I'm like, you went. This was my thing. You know that I was there.
You didn't tell her the hours. They sing about rape, right?
Dude,
Like,
oh no,
that's all they
no,
do.
dude, that's the thing too. Is they
Yeah.
have no filter and they have no They don't even know. But it was like one of the funniest fucking things. I get a text from her. It was like last year or sometime.
Mhm.
It's like, Dad, I've been really into this like really cool band. They're super old though. I don't know if you ever heard of them. I'm like,
Corn.
who are you listening to? She's like, She's like, have you ever heard of The Cure?
Yeah, of course you
Nice.
did.
Child, you're not the first teenager to think about killing themselves.
by the way, yeah.
Just wait till she discovers Elliott Smith, and you know.
By the way, you had a whole video of you deciding if you want to kill yourself or not. So we all know that one. We talked about that before. The student project video. The one thing that I had to watch when I had to like study up on you. By the way, for anybody interested in Lollapalooza, Korn is headlining Lollapalooza on Friday. And that's the only time I want to go is Friday for Korn. That's it. Oh, and not Korn.
Who's Korn?
Korn, but T-Pain as well. Korn. Korn. Just listen to their music. I'm not playing it here.
Oh, but who are they?
Good
on.
son, you make me feel like no one. Yeah.
No.
I
yeah.
bought an Ibanez
Fuck you.
5-string bass just to play Korn because
Oh, really?
they played.
Falling away from me, falling.
It's turned kind of heavy and go boom boom.
Pure.
If I still had it, I would play it for you and just like they slap the bass instead of boom 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 boom.
Real quick,
so-
like total things. I'm looking for Korn that same day. I'm looking to see Korn and T-Pain. Those are like two polar opposites, but that's the type of music I like. I love T-Pain too. T-Pain's great.
That's also where we're at though, because I still remember in the '90s, like, you either liked rap and hip hop or you liked rock and metal. You didn't like both.
Well,
and then Korn's like, hey, we're gonna put some rappers in our tracks, and
I liked them all.
For some fucking reason.
Yeah, not just them. Limp Bizkit did the same thing, and Linkin Park essentially, like, they had a singer that was doing rapping, kind of rapping. I don't know if it was like fully rapping, but he was.
They had a rapper in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they had a rapper in there.
Yeah, they fused it. it.
And now they've got a Scientologist. So
Yeah, that's another thing. Well, rap did the other way because if you remember Cypress Hill also like infused rock in some of their songs. If you want to be a rock superstar, and be large, and big house,
I mean, that was
stars.
Run DMC, I guess, did with Aerosmith first.
Yes,
Yeah,
Run DMC with Aerosmith. Yes, I totally remember that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, when Cypress Hill came out with Rock Superstar, that was like during like when like Warped Tour was a thing. That's like
I feel like that was peak
Big and-
commercialization of Cypress Hill. I was like, fuck, I'm done listening to them.
Oh, the rock
Yeah,
superstar.
Oh yeah, but then
Kind
at
of,
the same
yeah.
time in the hip hop world, we got the Black Eyed Peas going from like, hey, you're up there
Oh.
with De La Soul to it's the Fergie show now.
Oh God, yeah. Everybody says that like when Fergie joined Black Eyed Peas, like that ruined everything.
And then you heard Fergie sing live, you're like, oh my god, you.
Fergalicious Fergalicious definition makes the boys go loco.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, of course. I've heard
I
that
feel
song
like-
so many times. Actually, so many times
That
I
was-
can
no,
like
that was-
sing it.
So did
That
you
was a
guys ever
little-
listen to Day Trotter at all back in the day? In the probably late 2000s to mid 2010s.
Daytron.
One of the best studios. They kind of did Tiny Desk before Tiny Desk was a thing. And they had
Before
a
Tiny
studio
Desk
that
was a
started
thing.
off in Rockland, Illinois. And
Oh, this is
then
the
it moved to
hometown
Austin,
thing.
Texas, and then Pace the magazine bought them. But they had the best sessions of like young and upcoming bands coming in there and just playing shit. And you were like, and I subscribed at first, it was free. So I would get 3 new songs from 3 new bands every day, and they would just release them. And I would listen every day and just like, oh, this shit is fucking good.
Interesting.
But Pace bought them, and and it just went downhill. They just stopped doing it. They're just like, oh, we're gonna buy you and just like remove you as competition
Oh,
and just
that
cancel
sucks.
it. I was just like, that's fucking bullshit. It was
Oh,
it was like it was the coolest thing.
I'm weirdly kind of reminded, actually, JP. Actually, like I still have you to thank. You. It was like 2011, I want to say.
Mhm.
I was in Philly with the Union and was having a rough time, and you sent me Rubble Bucket.
Yes.
It was the first time I'd heard them, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And I've followed them since
Yeah.
then, and
Who
I
came
love
out of a lady?
yeah, it came out of a lady, and
Good
then
song.
there's the video, if you, but you can find it on YouTube. It's called Lemonade, and the song is great, but it was probably one of the only times I've seen a 360 video to where like you can take your mouse and you can scroll side to side and up and
That's
down,
cool.
and each like quadrant of this set, which is also the same set, like it's all done in one stage. But yeah, you could just like scroll through and different shit is happening in the video in each area. That was really cool. And then like when I was in Athens last year, yeah, it was like last year or the year before, they were playing downtown. I couldn't get tickets or anything, but
Oh man, I would love to see them. I've never seen them yet.
dude, the front door of the theater was open, so while I walked by, I could see them like out on stage, and it was like, oh, gee, I mean, the word "show," putting on a show, it doesn't really get there for what they were doing. I don't know the guy's name, but like there's the main singer, and then there's the main guy, and yeah, he was just standing up there with like a picture frame held in front of his face, just while she was like bringing, and it almost like just from the street, it felt like it felt like a library reading hour or like a preschool class, and I'm like, I want to be in there and feel childish with these people right now. I love that band so much. It's so fucking weird.
I'm gonna post that song in the chat. Such a good song.
Yeah, and it's weird too, because if you follow them from like fucking 14 years ago when you introduced me to that song, and like they were all like dreaded fucking hippie festival kids basically, and now it's like the whole band and everything they do is just like this weird nouveau art project, and I'm fucking completely here for it.
If you like them, you might like Octopus Project as well. Octopus Project is kind of in the same vibe, and they have a visual show that goes with their live shows. It's hard to give it justice unless you go see them live, like because you go see them live, they're in a tent, and you're like, why are we in a tent? And then all of a sudden, shit lights up around you, like what the fuck? And then they're just playing like this crazy music, and you're like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Nice. Real quick, by the way.
Hey, I want to get back to my pen before we forget.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes left, so go ahead.
The Irish corpses being preserved in the boglands. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but one of the oldest perfectly preserved. Type it up, Google it. Bogland preserved Irish man. It's like 2,000-year-old corpse, and it still like has its skin present. And
oh wow,
it's a pretty cool scientific finding. And the thing is about the boglands. The reason it preserves corpses so well is because it has like the properties that just completely prevent the normal process of decomposition. So there's like low oxygen because it's the soil. It's such dense, but it's like a liquidy, wet, squishy soil. And then also the soil also has high acidity because of the different types of species of mosses that exist within the soil as well, and it's all cool temperatures because it's Northern Europe, so that's another reason. So yeah, you put those three things together, you find some pretty gnarly dead bodies in there, and these not full bodies, but they're like for example, if you look up the Bogman, it's like just their arms for some reason, just arms. And some of the chests that connect those two arms, but then 3 months after that, because it's like the Bogland man's like the old Krogan man, and then the guy after that, I think his name was like Cloney Coven man. So of course named kind of where they're found. that one has a head still. So if you want to look at a very interesting picture of a very old body
shit.
that's still present,
I was
It's
at the
super
show.
crazy.
Wow.
yeah.
Boglin's
So anyway,
bodies.
I'm
Yep.
just
So that's
like
what
one
you
of
were
those-
talking about preserving Irish people, and I was like, hey, by the way, they had some cool scientific findings.
Bog
because of
body.
Irish
So it's called
people.
bog body. Bog body.
bog body. Yeah.
Ew.
Well, that just honestly makes me think of those like those reports from like Roman legionaries who were on the first expeditions to the British Isles, and they're like, these are the most backwards, baffling people I've ever seen. They paint their faces and scream, and then as soon as you show up, they just run and hide in a swamp until you leave. Yeah, that sounds like the English.
Jesus, these pictures are incredibly morbid. Why, man? We talked about dead bodies a lot in this stream. I gotta say.
Scientific.
It wasn't
Big jokes
scientific.
about
We
'em.
were talking about like the ARG game app that found the 2 dead bodies. Hey, did you guys ever see a dead body?
That
Blah,
wasn't
blah, blah.
science. That was
I know. I
psychological.
Yeah. God damn, man. All right. Well, you know what? It's 11 o'clock. So, yeah, I was actually going to
South
say
Park was right about Kanye.
JP.
But anyway.
Yeah, they were. He is a gay fish. But,
Whoa! I wasn't talking about that. That he's temperamental. Jesus, no, I'm just kidding.
Man, why'd you gotta get homophobic about it, huh?
yeah, he likes fish sticks. He likes fish sticks.
Oh no!
Let me go pee, grab another beer, and we'll come back.
Yeah,
feel like this
well,
stream's
it's
going
11
by
o'clock,
too
so we
fast
got to
now.
close out, though, real quick for the
So
stream
you want me to
itself.
close out for everybody? All right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, go ahead, JP, because you opened up and you have a beautiful, beautiful radio voice. Except Nick probably could beat you because Nick is the actual voice actor. You know what?
He is a voice actor, and I'm trying to emulate him, so we'll see.
All right. You know what?
Just kidding.
Let's let.
No.
Hey, Nick. You know what? As our guest, go ahead and close out.
Oh, pressure on.
Yeah, pressure on, Nick.
Unscripted. Ooh. Well, you have all been listening to Topical. All right, take it again.
Topical. Yeah, do it again. All right, we'll cut this. We'll cut this from our live stream.
Cut.
Well, you have all been enjoying Topical Drinks, a show in which people drink and talk about topics. Many of them are about dead bodies, but dead bodies are a topic, and drinks are still drinks. So, we hope you've had a wonderful evening. We hope you and your families are safe. Drink water, hug your mother, and have a wonderful whatever the rest of your week happens to be.
Cheers.